Our daily burst of joy today is taken from Job 5, verse 9, and it says, He performs wonders that cannot be fathomed, miracles that cannot be counted. I absolutely love those promises. Now, that was in the book of Job. Now, if you know the book of Job, I'm not going to go through it all, but it was God allowed a time of really, really intense testing of Job from the devil. But the devil had limitations that God had given him. And it was because Job was a man of faith, and he was pretty much believing that Job would stay in faith. And he wavered here and there. But that's what this verse is from, the passage where his friend Eliphaz, who's a friend of Job's, was trying to encourage him. And he was trying to persuade Job to seek God's help in his severe suffering. And you see, again, Job was given some tests, allowing Satan, by God, allowing Satan to do some things to Job to see what was going to happen and how he would respond. So the book of Job is a sad one, but at the very end, he gains victory, and it's amazing. So read the book of Job, the whole thing. And through all of this, I was thinking, what can we learn? First of all, Eliphaz, he was a friend of Job's, but he was trying to give Job advice, and he had a flawed understanding of God. He was believing that Job was suffering because of sin in his life that he hadn't dealt with. And that's not always the reason that why God allows suffering. Sometimes that is but the case, but in this case it wasn't, and he was telling Job that and believing that that was happening. But sometimes God allows sufferings for reasons we don't always understand. It's not always because of sin. So we might have friends that misinform us or misguide us. So it's important to have good, godly friends that are solid in their faith, really true followers of Jesus, that really spend time with and have an intimate relationship with Jesus as their Savior. So that's kind of a most important thing, and that God offers unconditional love, grace, and the reality of innocent suffering. He does allow that. So God has supreme authority and control over the world, including the devil and his demons. And this verse confirms that God's work in every detail is so vast and numerous that they cannot be fully understood or counted by humans. How awesome is our God? God's ability to do great things and wonders that are unsearchable and without number speaks to his vast power, again, control over creation, and his mysterious ways of working in this world. So all of us should remember this truth. This is God's truth, that human wisdom is limited and futile in comparison to God's divine wisdom. So even in the midst of deep suffering, this verse assures us that God is always working his larger plan and is capable of delivering the helpless and bringing hope. So because of all of this truth, we all should abandon our despair and place our faith in a God who loves you, who is there, has all power over everything, and who is beyond human understanding. And he is perfect and compassionate in every way. He loves you, and he will help you through the worst of suffering. I know that full well. I went through a very difficult time of suffering for several years, actually, and God was there to help me through it. It was not easy, but he was there holding me up and carrying me every day. I have a testimony on this channel, Make Jesus Personal, dated December 16th of 2024 is when I posted it. So take a look at that. Maybe it'll encourage you today. So just know that God performs wonders that cannot be fathomed and miracles that cannot be counted, and he's waiting to lavish you with all of them. God bless you.